And welcome. Good morning. 15 people already. There's nothing to watch this morning, huh? All right. What's up, team? Late show. It was so nice to not have to do a show at 7 a.m. Central. I got to sleep in. I slept until 6, but I'm on the East Coast, so it was, or the West Coast, so it was different, but it was nice. So Tate, there isn't going to be like a traditional live stream. They're going to have to film it and then come back and upload it every night. So I guess they couldn't get yeah, it's not live. So basically how I understand it is they will film all day and they'll come back to the house and they'll dump it all into pieces of every event. So that's what it's looking like. So as Christine said, not live. I'm live though. I don't know what they're doing. I assume they're there trying to get it set up. I guess they had to like rent a cell phone tower to make it happen, and it was just not financially feasible where it is, which really stinks. I know they worked really, really hard on it to make something happen. So I know that was a super bummer. Good morning, Jeff. Good morning, Joni. What's up, Vic? Yo. Morning, Renata. No rush. You said that at 7:19. It wasn't even time yet. Maybe they can bleep out the cursing. That would be gay. Who would bleep out the cursing? That's the best part. No, it is going to be interesting to see how it's going to work, because the amount of data that's going to be taken on the streams is going to be just as hard to get online as to shoot it live. So Sousa has a lot of work cut out for him for sure. But it'll be fine. Anyways, all right. The events start in like, I don't know. I think like in like 30 minutes. The elites go from, Sarah made it, West Coast. I feel like it's gonna take, yeah, Kevin. I feel like Kevin asks, it's gonna take ages to upload. I feel like it's gonna take a lot to upload. Yep. If you plan on watching it, you just get a flight on out here. Come on. It's cheap to Sacramento. Yeah, Christine. So elite start. So Gucci's in the first heat of elites, so she goes at 10:48, and that's the first. And they'll start with Isabelle this morning. 3 hours and 20 minutes. Thank you, Christine. Christine, our resident timekeeper. Good morning. Oh, I got to take a FaceTime call. Hey, bud. You poo poo. You want to tell the podcast that you poo poo and TT'd in the potty? Tell him, what'd you do, bud? Can you say it? All right, we're potty training. Big deal. Good job, bud. I'm so proud of you. Have a good day. I love you. Bye. That was awesome. Had to call Dad. We're so stoked. We're getting there. We're a week in. We're like 8 days in, and so we're getting there. Cool. Isabelle necessary on a fire truck. I don't know what that means. Is Isabelle necessary on a fire truck? Anyways, that was awesome. That was a good call. He did it yesterday too. So we're getting there. We're getting closer to not poo. We're doing good. We're doing good. Going TT. We're not so good at poo poo yet. Yeah, it was great. He gets a car every time he does it. So obviously lots of motivation. So anyways, back to it. So girls start in about 3 hours. And then they go really late. Like Kevin has the last heat, men's. And he goes, Kevin, when's your last heat? 7:45 p.m. Um, Misha, so these are company sponsors, not for the podcast, unfortunately. But this was me and Ben were on. Misha asked when did I get two sponsors. We were on yesterday for a call with Ben, and so we I just left it up here. It's fine. I'll leave it up for the weekend. But they don't sponsor the podcast. I'm not late. You're late. What's up, Kenneth? Uh, all right, Bree. Thank you so much for the donation. What is going to be Gucci's best event? I don't know. They're all kind of like the weirdness is really good for her. So like the pirouette, the pirouette farmer's carry is really good for her. Um, the last event, if she can get comfortable with the barbell, is good for her. She's really good at legless. It's a lot of volume of legless rope climbs. Um, um, and and so it was let's see what else. I'm trying to think. The muscle up one will be I think we've worked a ton on the muscle ups. And and so I think that one will be better for her than she thinks. I'm confident that she's going to do pretty well. And the truck push should be good for her. She's good at just like odd things. Like she's very athletic. And so things that are uncommon, it's probably are good for her. So this is a good event. So Vera asks, is heavy Isabelle home run or damage control for Gucci? Relative to the field, it's damage control, but she always has been one of the stronger athletes. But it's a lot, and we haven't been snatching a ton. Been fighting through some like back pain stuff. But she warmed up yesterday. Hit 70 very comfortably for a few, and so I think it'll be fine. Let's see, rolling back up. We will probably Tate. We won't stream any events here. We'll probably go live through like Gucci's Instagram, and then potentially Kevin's Instagram. So just follow this athlete, because I'm just here to coach, right? Like I like doing the media thing, but media isn't my job. I just like to come on and talk shit on a podcast. So if you follow Gucci's page, I think we'll probably go live there for her events. So follow Gucci Valdez-Mart's daughter, and she'll and I think we'll go live there, but we'll figure it out. We'll let everyone know. For some reason, I assumed you'd be live from your phone out in the woods. No, not yet. No, the events are later. We're not too far away. So, yeah, I guess we'll actually talk about Syndicate a little bit, or Norcal. We're talking about Bill. Host is a chump. You're a chump, Jeremy. Vicky, weird question, unrelated. Anyone else randomly think CrossFit? I think about this all the time when, like, I see people that have labor jobs, like as their primary, and if I come in to help them, like I'm more comfortable doing labor for the entire day, and it just like sets me up for life for sure. Misha, I think you were. It's not that small, even though Wonderlust is a big one. Kenneth, anyone doing Community Cup workout yet? Did the first one this morning. Awesome. I love it. No, the Community Cup workouts were good. Get out of here. I think they're a better test than the Open. You just don't like them because you're going to suck at them, Grant. Just kidding. That was mean. Okay, let's talk about NorCal and how people are going to do. Competition corner. Here we go. Leaderboard. All right, so after the workouts come out, I actually don't think Colton wins this. We have the long run. We have the muscle ups with running. I think he has a chance. Obviously, I think he can win Isabelle. The truck push, just from a weight perspective, I don't know if he's going to win. Rope climbs, the workouts just don't line up well for him to take the W. But I don't know who's going to. I'm not super invested in who is going to be in the top spots. I think Kevin is going to be for sure top 2, right, Kevin? That's right, baby. Kevin Shoots going to qualify. So dark horse, baby. I love it. So Kevin, whoops. And we're not sharing. Fail. There we go. Boom. Here we go. So Kevin is the owner of Coda. He works with Ben. WODprep operates out of Coda, and so it is. He helps write our template program, our competitors program, and so anyway, so we're here, we're staying together, and I think he's going to do really well. Workouts line up pretty good for him, so we'll see how it goes. And then let's see. As far as all the others, I think Nate's going to do pretty well. Max was actually training at Mako like 5 weeks ago, so I met him. He seems like a good dude. U.S. Army Warrior Fitness Team. I think Nate looked really good at TFX. I can't remember what he did. The gymnastics, he's going to do very well at all the gymnastics pieces. So the ring shuttle will be a really good workout for him. Farmnastics, the guy's pretty wild on his hands. So I think they line up pretty good for him. I think we could see Nate take the top spot, to be honest. Spencer finished the weekend really impressive last week. And so I can definitely see him like keeping the momentum and potentially making it. I know most people can't. Isabelle is going to hurt him for sure. But it is what it is. And then, so let's see, who are my top 2? And then Bill. I think the workouts line up well for Bill. A lot of gymnastics. If he can just damage control heavy Isabelle, and not make any big mistakes, I think I'll have a good chance. So I'm between Spencer, Bill, and Nate. Yeah, as far as the qualifying spots, obviously I think Colton will be in the top 1 to 3, and then I think that's pretty much it. So Sharon, girls, do we switch over? I don't think Bill does very well in Isabelle. We can just look back at TFX Invitational. I mean, he got 14, so 540. So I think here that might fare a little better, but I think overall I don't think it's going to be super strong. All right, let's look at the girls. All right, so I think Alex Kazan is obviously the favorite. I didn't even realize Allie was competing. She'll do well. Bethany, it's pretty heavy. There's 2 really heavy events, and that are just going to zap Bethany. In 3, really, if you count the gator push. So so let's see. Caitlin will do well. There's a lot of longer pieces. Carolyn, I think, is definitely a top 3 contender. She's got a huge chip on her shoulder. So John said Emily isn't competing, but she's still on the leaderboard. So we have to assume that she's going to be in the hunt. Obviously, I'm biased to think Gucci is going to have a great weekend. Hattie Canio's in the mix. And then this is, I think, going to be, I mean, I really, truly think that it's going to be like Kristen and Alex at the top. Like if I had to put money on it, I think it's going to be, um, I think it's truly going to be Kristen and Alex at the top. I mean, Kristen just like her fitness level is just so high. If she can manage the clean barbell and Isabelle and damage control there well, she has a chance to win every other workout. I mean, she's so fit. So, oh, I didn't realize Rachel was competing, Kevin. Oh, nice. Okay. Oh, that's right. You told me that. She sent the invite to her. Um, all right, and then Sydney. I'm not high on Sydney at all. I don't think Sydney ever makes it back to the games in this new format. Okay, so I guess she is here. Savon Cruz said they saw Emily's husband. Jeremy, nothing personal. Leahy will never. I think Bill will make the games. He's young. He's dedicated. I also don't think the women's field is as stacked as Grant makes it seem. Is like his whole video of like they messed up. Do I think CrossFit should have put the online first? 100%. I agree with that. No doubt in my mind. But do I think that it was this byproduct and it created the hardest field and this field is going to lose people? Blah 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 blah. No, I don't think that's the case at all. One thing that is surprising. I don't think Emily has a good chance. I think the workouts are. I think it's too heavy. I think she's going to damage control 3 events, 2 for sure with the clean and it's a heavy bar. It's like 230 set. It's like 235, right? It's a really heavy barbell to finish a squat clean workout after all of that work with legless rope climbs, and then she's going to damage control Isabelle like low in the pack. So and she's hurt, right? So I don't know if she can even do Avera. Let's say Emily is healthy. I don't think she is, but okay, if she is, does that put her in the top 2 if she performs to her ability? I don't think so. I don't think it does because I think the heavy events are too heavy. And then I also think that Alex Gazan is the shoe-in to win this weekend. She's the most recovered. She's done the least, well, I guess Kristen probably is too. She's done the least amount of competing. I mean, I guess Emily has, but Emily clearly was hurt, right? So the odds of her have been snatching over the past 4 weeks since WFP are probably pretty low. But even if she isn't hurt and there's zero limit, I don't think she can beat Alex head to head on anything. As far as like an entire battery of weekends of tests. Yeah, for sure. She wouldn't show up. I agree, but I still don't think that like puts her in a position to win, to qualify. I don't think it is. I think she put her too many eggs in the basket, and I think it's gonna bite her in the foot. Because I think Alex has the top spot notched up for sure. Alex has been snatching a lot. I don't think that's a very yes. She did. There were also 5 events that were completely aerobic biased. There's not how this works here, right? You have 3 events alone that have a heavy barbell or that have a heavy implement and strength as the driver. Alex is also probably the best muscle up female in the field. Emily, she'll do well in the row run. Obviously, but so will Alex. Alex will do great in the row piece because it's a 2-part event. So whether it's like 50-50 or 100 and 100, it doesn't matter. Alex will still be fine there, and she's been running a lot. I don't think she'll even have to damage control the run. So, yeah, I think they will. I don't think it's going to be close, but we'll see. Emily surprised everyone at Mayhem. We'll see how she goes, but I'm not high on it. Let's see. All right, what else? I'm very surprised that the Savon crew isn't like live this morning. I like it. I like the pick of Vera. I think it's cool. I'm all for other picks for sure. Let's see what else. Let's go over the events. I don't think I talked about the events yesterday when we went on because they came out like right when me and Ben were podcasting before I started traveling. We're doing competition corner. Norcal competition corner. There we go. All right, let's go over them. So as it was shown, I thought she did too. Christine said, I thought Halter retired. You know, and CrossFit's such an interesting thing. It's Corey, it's definitely 2 scores. We just don't know if it's 50 points, or 100 points, 100 points. It is 2 scores on the leaderboard for the run row. Christine said, I thought Halter retired. I did too, but she always puts her name on the leaderboard. But she hasn't competed in person. And so I think it's going to be fun. I think it's going to be really cool to see her. You know, I mean, she's part of the old guard, so I think it's going to be exciting to see her on the field, and bring it back. So I think it'll be cool. All right, so let's go here. Bam. Don't be weird, Kevin. She's like 11. All right, I know what you're doing. Okay, let me switch some stuff around. I want to get rid of that. It's so much of a pain to do this on a laptop and not my my computer. Okay, all right. Workout 1 is ring shuttle, which is 30 ring muscle ups for time. In between each setup, or on the 0, on the 3, and on the 6, there will be a suicide run. It's not 50, 75, 100. It's 75, 100, 125. And so you're looking at probably a minute 15 to a minute 30 for a run, maybe a little faster in round 1. And then you're going to max muscle up till the 3-minute mark. Then you'll do it again, max muscle up till the 6, do it again. And then it's till the 9-minute, 30 muscle ups for time. Really good workout. It's definitely longer than I think people think. So 75, so 150, 200, 350, 300. So it's just over 200 meters now. And I mean, it's going to take a decent chunk. So it's 650 feet. Is that right? Am I doing the math right? 200, 550. Yeah, 650. So exactly 200 meters with 4 turns, 5 turns, right? Right. Out, back, 2, 3, 4, 5 through. So 5 turns. So it takes a little bit longer than your normal 200 meter. People are going to be pushing. So I give it like 15 seconds. So minute 15 gives you minute 45 on the rings. I think someone's going to try to go like huge. To the 20-ish, 20 something reps. So we'll see. A lot of people will finish in the second round. I like to work out a good muscle up test that's not just 30 for time, with a little bit of strategy. How are you going to break it up? You can't strategize too much because of the window. So I think it'll be a good one. Heavy Isabelle, obviously, I don't think they're moving the bar at all. Hey, did they say if you guys are moving the bar, Kevin?
I think it's 12,963.
Oh, same as Syndicate?
Yeah.
12,963. Okay. Avera asked, do they have to run backwards? No, that was just part of the Hiller video. They don't actually have to run backwards. I thought they did. I even asked John till last night, and he thought they did too. And then they said, no, you don't have to run backwards. Lito, sorry if it's already been asked. There isn't going to be a live stream, but as Barry was saying, or Corey, basically they're going to shoot it and they're going to try and get it uploaded as fast as possible. which I don't know how. I have no idea how that's going to work. They're staying pretty far away, but I assume Susan has it figured out. So we'll still get stuff, but it doesn't seem like it's going to be live. Maybe they'll do um, like a live drop of it. You know what I mean? How you can watch it live with a live chat, like on replay. Anyways, Isabelle, again, it is what it is. I think it's great. Everyone's like, oh, I'm tired of seeing it. I think it's fine. It's part of, we used to always do the same workouts. Stow and Go. Basically, they're going to load 3 heavy D balls and they're going to push a truck 100 feet, which I think is going to be a good workout. It is a premiere. Thank you, Sarah. A premiere. Maybe that's because, obviously like Savon lives, on like chat donations. I think that's like a big driver of like what last weekend was. So maybe they'll try to premiere it so they can put it in the chat, or so they can even like talk over it and do almost like a live cast or like a recast with someone else talking. I don't know. We'll see. But it did stink that they couldn't get it done. I know they worked really hard at it. So just where it is, I guess, is just not really it's just not feasible. They would have had to have they would have had to have, how do you not have internet access? I don't think it's internet access. I think it's like the ability to stream that kind of volume was, they would have had to have rented a cell tower, like an entire cell tower. Yeah, Kenneth, give me the emotional parts, not just massive people doing quick fitness. I like it. All right. Stow and Go. This is going to be fun. It's going to be on concrete. It's going to be really, really fast. We were thinking that this was going to be an obstacle course race. And it wasn't, obviously. It's a sled push, basically. Yes, and there's 2 floors, Lido. So it would have been tough. Okay. Pump house. I really love this workout. So 1500 meter bike. Everyone's going to pace this, but there isn't really a lot of like bottleneck here until you get to this. Like this movement is actually a smidge easier than a normal wall ball. And so people are going to be moving through it quick. It's really just going to come down to who can hold the bigger sets on the bar muscle up pullover and who's going to hurt the most on this bike erg. So it's going to be very close and everyone's going to be within a few seconds all the way through the lunge. The bar muscle up will be a separator, and then it's who is going to dig and hurt the most on that last bike. It's going to be spicy. So it's a good one. I really like it. I think the muscle up pullover is better than just pullovers. It's a good combo. It's not too gimmicky. Yeah, I think it's a good number. 15 is a good number. Most people won't go unbroken. Get it. A couple might be able to at the top end. And you'll see some people get really, really creative of how they come up for the muscle up and how they basically catch in an uprise and they fall straight down into their pullover. And you'll see them come directly through the pullover into their bar muscle up and not stopping at the top, which is going to look pretty cool. So it'll be a good one for sure. It is a very easier. Seems like you're losing leg drive. It's only 30 and it's 2014. As far as the ball weight, so you don't have to, like, you're not squatting as low. You might lose a little leg drive, but most people really start to fatigue, like because of the depth, and since the knee is just touching the ground, most of the time that's not actually below parallel for people, so it's a little higher. Something to think about as well. And then why can't CrossFit cut it? CrossFit has 0 input to the events. 0. They don't even look at the workouts. All right, Farmtastic. 50 overhead squats, definitely a trap. 250-foot farmer's carry, 10 handstand pirouettes, 250-foot farmer's carry. It kind of like bothers me that they didn't finish with 50 overhead squats, just by the way it looks. But So it's super light. It's going to be really, really fast. A lot of no reps. And then it comes down to the pirouette. So the pirouette is you have to walk into a box, turn, and walk out of the box. And then you can turn the other way, come into the box, turn, and walk out of the box. And so good one for Gucci. I think a good one for Kevin too. But it's gonna be fast. What's the time cap? I assume it's a pretty short time cap. Doesn't say. I can imagine it's only like 7 minutes or something, maybe even less. But this is the trap, right? Like, can you go? Do you go unbroken? What does it feel like? How hard are you going to push here? How fast are you going to try and walk? And then how quick can you kick down and come up? So you're allowed to turn around in the air, but I don't think it's any faster. So this will be, again, different, not just a handstand walk, but not too gimmicky. I feel I would have liked to maybe see them do like a row of like 5 and then come back instead of just like one square where you walk in and out of. To be honest, like I would have liked to see it like square, 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 something like that. Can you walk in and out of the box on the same end, or do you have to go from one end to the other? I don't quite understand the question. So here's a square. They'll come in, they'll turn, and they'll walk out. And then they'll come in, and they'll turn, and they'll walk out. Thank you, Christine. Cap is 15. 15 minutes? That's really long. This is going to be way faster than that. People are going to do these 10 pirouettes in like 90 seconds. And this is going to be 2 minutes, and this is going to be a minute each. This is going to be really fast. 15 is way too long for that time cap. Maybe I'm misunderstanding it. So anywho, all right. Next 2K row. Let's see. I want to see. So it's 2 scores. I want to see if we can find out. Usually it puts it right here. Double twos. Going to be dizzy. Yeah, definitely dizzy. 10 is a lot. I wonder. Usually they have the scored points like up, just like worth 100 points, like down here. You guys see this? Yeah. So like usually like down here they have like 100 points if it's worth 100. So nothing yet. That's all right. So we don't know. So 2K row scored separately, and then double twos, which is your 2K time and a 2-mile run time for a separate answer. Answer a separate score. So total time and then row only time, which I think is I like it. It's going to make that run really rough. Even great runners are probably not going to feel great coming off the rower because people are going to be really pushing, right? So you're going to really get to see where the mentality and grit come into play for athletes pushing on the row. Because while there is strategy, you can't have too much strategy because you don't know what anyone else is going to do. So you kind of have to send it. Kevin, how hard are you going to send the row? Kevin's going to go all out. Kevin's going to go sub 6 2K. Dead last. Just split the difference. No, try walk the run. Just pull a Rich or a Sarah. I guess it's pull a Sarah now. All right, last one. Hero ball. Great workout. I'm assuming the box jumps are just like there's like sort of random. I assume they're high. I don't know. Like I can't imagine they're just like 24 inches or 24-20. But either way, rope climb, box jump over, 5 squat cleans. Rope climb, box jump over, 3 squat cleans, rope climb, box jump over, 1 squat clean. And it gets pretty heavy. 335 at the end of that workout is going to be spicy. And then 235, same thing. I think it's going to be a good one. Lita, why do you hate it? Well, so I think the point is to one, create some strategy, also to create some carnage. Um, uh, they did this when they did the half marathon row in 2013, 12. They did the first 2K was a split, and then the half marathon was a total score. Um, and so they've, why not give the first 10 snatches on Isabelle? Um, Yeah, I think that's a fair question. Well, Isabelle is just a workout in and of itself, right? Um, so I don't think there's anything wrong with two scored workouts. I probably won't be 100 and 100. Um, oh, box jump overs. Oh, maybe that's what it is. You probably do have to jump all the way over the box. That would make more sense. Let's see. Movement standards. No, it says only the athlete feet may touch the box. So yeah, nope. I thought that would be yes, but if so, it does, and I assume that means it's because you're not good at rowing, which is totally fine. But the problem with it is the better your row score is, the slower your run is going to be, right? So it doesn't really count for two, right? Like if you have the best row time, there's almost 0% chance that you're going to have the best run time, right? And so it's as we all call it, it's a trap or whatever you want to say. But yes, it is included in the time. Um, But the same thing would happen if you just did like max run into like as soon as you're done, your run starts. It would be the same score, right? Like even if you didn't add it in, like that person's run time is still going to be whatever it is, and it ends up being the same. Like so, if you split the scores, like you just said, a 2K row, as soon as that clocks over the 2K, another timer starts, and you start your run, then ends up being the same scores, right? And this just makes it more consistent. Like who comes across the finish line is that's an actual race, right? Because if you do it the other way, you don't count the row as the second score at all, then um then you don't know who's winning at the end, right? And you never know. Like then you can't really follow the leaders. You can't really create a story. You can't follow the race at all either. So um yeah, cool. There's a lot of people watching. What do you guys want to talk about? Yeah, a little bit of time. Um, so AJ, you're telling me there are two box jump overs. What is the point? I don't know. I agree. I'm missing something. It's like either a really high box, like because it doesn't say the height. So I think it might be a really high box, like a 36, 42. Um, I don't know. I don't understand it either. I assume there's something there, right? Because they wouldn't have put it there if there was nothing. Pat, I still can't believe you did the 130. Are you talking about the open workout? I didn't go very fast. It took like 9 minutes, 10 minutes, or I don't know, however long it took. Um, okay. Let's see what else. I didn't talk shit about you. I just said I'm gonna smack you in the next workout, Jeremy. Jeremy's grumpy because he's gonna get beat by a cripple someday in the base show workouts. Um, all right. Let's see. What else? What else is it's 8. Usually what time I would get off. It's so late. It's like 10 o'clock my normal time. Um yeah, I don't know. It's gonna be a good weekend though. If you guys are around, how did the coaching call go with Ben? Um it was good. I think the community cup is a great thing, guys. I think everyone should do it. I think you should sign up. Um I think it is an opportunity. CrossFit for sure dropped the ball when they announced it during the semifinals, etc. Right? They could have announced it like today, or a whole week ago. And yeah, that was a huge miss trying to announce it during the semifinals, or even just announce it like Monday or Tuesday, not during the weekend. Let's go. Awesome, Ron. Thanks for signing up and thanks for buying Thursday. Sick. Uh, but I think the workouts look good. I think they're fun. I think they did a really good job of the levels, like all five from pro to rookie. They did a really, really good job of like what those workouts all look like. Um, the pro workouts aren't too easy, and the rookie workouts aren't too easy. Misha, talking about the box jump overs. On the standards, it says the feet can touch the box. So if you go to the standards, you'll see like it's what it says in the bottom. Anyways, the latest. I didn't watch the Road to the Games. You would think it would be. I feel like Abby Doman's got a great story. Like, I mean, she seems very marketable. She's obviously attractive. I feel like it'd be easy. Seems like she's super dedicated. She's had a pretty meteoric rise in her fitness to getting to the level that she's at. And so I feel like if they didn't get a good story, they missed the chance. Avera, HQ dropped the ball when they dumped quarterfinals. I don't know. There's a lot of people that think the quarterfinals was too encompassing and like two for everyone. But anyways, that's not what this show's about. So anywho, yeah. All right. So, all right, I'm going to share Misha. So this is taken from the description on leaderboard. So here's the same workout. Boom. During the movement, box facing, 2-foot takeoff, only athlete's feet may touch the box. Right. So, Hillers, I haven't watched the Domit one yet, so I don't want to pass judgment until I watch it. But yeah. Guys, flying yesterday was so long. It was almost a 5-hour flight from Atlanta to Sacramento. It took forever. Jeremy, schedule, they start at 10:45 Pacific time, but there's no live stream. So it doesn't really matter. All the stuff will be on Savant's podcast, I think by like end of day or later, or maybe like progressively throughout the day. So it will yeah, there's nothing live. So everything will be watched like late in the night. 100%. Corey, I hate traveling, but I love going places. That's exactly same thing. Yep. No live. No live. I know it's sad. Hey Bree, thanks for Team Gucci. I love it. That was awesome. Thanks for the donation again. That was cool. I always love getting a donation. Obviously, it's nice to get money, but YouTube takes so much of it, and Apple takes a lot of it too. And so, we don't really see much of it, but it does show that you guys like are dedicated and committed, which is cool, and I really appreciate it. See ya. Anyways, all right. Does anyone want anything? Want to talk about anything else? Bueller. I don't know. I got nothing. There's anything on Instagram. I am drinking cold brew. I always drink cold brew, 100% of the time. I lied. Every now and then I'll get a hot caramel latte. My man, what a guy, Pat. Thanks, dude. But I always drink cold brew. I'm a cold brew guy through and through. Pat, thank you so much, man. I really appreciate it. I really appreciate any type of donation. You guys are always here, and it's cool. It's cool to do this, and um, that you guys appreciate hearing my hearing my voice, and my opinions, which still baffles me. But I do really enjoy coming on and just shooting the shit for an hour a couple times a week. I'd love to do it more. Um, so yeah, thanks, man. I really appreciate it. Um, but yeah, so always a uh, um, always a cold brew drinker. I'd love to get another coffee sponsor. That would be great. Um, it's nice to have free cold brew. You know what I'm saying? Dude, I'll put a fat logo like right here over my face. Someone wants to give me some free coffee. Anyone watching? Paper Street, you watching? I know you got all the money. No, I'm just kidding. Um, but yeah, I'd love to work with a coffee. Anyone with coffee for sure. Thanks, Kevin. Thanks, man. Again, I appreciate it a ton. I appreciate it a lot. Let's see. We got anything else? Let's see. We've been on for almost an hour. There's 85 watching. Nothing else to talk about. Is there anything in the sphere? Oh, this is one thing that I want to talk about. So, who watched the Boys Interrupted with Dave? So, I just wanted to bring this up. So, this is an interesting thing. Um, yeah, Avera, I might. The only problem is, so bring them on. I definitely thought about it. I don't have any of my podcast stuff, so it is it's going to be hard to get them on a screen and get some form of like not shitty audio going. So we might play with it, but it's so late too. Like we won't get back till like 9:30. So uh anyways, but it is, I would like to do something at some point, if not, even if it's not Sunday or something like that. Um so can't you have them? I guess I can have them call in on their phones and everyone just be in a different room. That's weird, but it would work. It would work better too. And then everyone would just sit in a different room. That's not a terrible decision. Thanks, Avera. I think we'll run with something for sure. Um, so on Boys Interrupted, they had Dave on there, Dallin and Jason, and they had a really good conversation with him. You know, like there's obviously they were cutting up a good bit, but Dave brings it back in, and Jason tries to go off the rails, but Dallin did a good job of reining them in. But the one thing that I noticed, you know, and I think a lot of people have been asking this question is like, has Dave lost his touch? And after just like seeing him talk about some nuanced stuff about programming and design and like some of the questions that he would answer, it's kind of seemed like maybe Dave has lost his step, at least like his pulse on like where the field is, right? Like where the ability of the athletes are. If you guys haven't watched it, you should. And then maybe on our next episode or tonight, like let me know what you think. But it just seems like maybe Dave just doesn't quite have that gusto of like being able to take the athletes where they were. And you can just look at the programming over the past few years. Last year obviously was even if nothing had happened last year, the programming would have been overall subpar. Um, and so, man, 100 people, everyone's just tuning in to watch Norcal, but there's no Norcal. I'm sorry, guys. Sorry to disappoint. But we'll just continue talking other stuff. So, last year, even if the nothing had happened with Lazar and everything was 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 normal, um, the workouts it wouldn't have been a great test. Um, it wouldn't have been it would have still been unbalanced. It would have still been overall like an easy weekend. And I still believe that last year's games, you know, barring everything that happened from the programming, um, whenever you write a program, you usually have like a cornerstone workout, right? Like the one that's like the non-negotiable. And it was Chad. And so because Dave made Chad the non-negotiable workout, everything around Chad was limited at that point, right? Like long test, aerobic test, squat bias testing, etc. Chad wasn't a terrible event to include. It was a terrible event to base the games around. Okay. I think Chad is a fine test. Okay. I think they could have done a better job of streaming who was where, right? Like if the ticker was up, it would have been cooler. Almost like a rowboat, like race screen. But the problem was because Chad is deemed to be this like physical onslaught of a test, right? Like on your knees, on your hips, etc., Achilles, whatever. Because he put that there, then you start to base everything around what the perceived fatigue from a test is, and then you start to miss things, and that's exactly what happened. Okay. That's exactly what happened because like that's why the squat, that's why it was a low squat biased weekend, a very low squat biased weekend. And so I think that was the miss last year. He used that as the cornerstone, and then he wrote everything around it, and it innately caused him to under program load, right? Because he thought the fatigue and the beatdown from it was going to be more than what it was. And then if you really just look at anything past like 2018, like 2018 was probably the last like grindy year. Truly, like the tests have just come to this point of like who can do them faster, not who can like who has the grit to hang on more, right? And so like that point is a big difference, right? It's always fitness racing, but now it's just like who can do Helena, right? Which is just like 400-meter run, 12 bar muscle ups, right? In the past, before, and it's because the field has gotten better, right? Like if you just look at the grueling tests from like 13, 14, 15, 16, and even 17, the field is just so much better. Like if they ran through the same battery of tests, they would make them look like they look now. Easy, not a lot of effort. I don't want to say not a lot of effort, but like the fatigue wouldn't accumulate, you know, the beatdown wouldn't be the same. And so the test intensity and the test difficulty needs to rise, I think, at the games level. And it hasn't, right? Like it hasn't, you know. And so like it was like, oh, we want to bring it back to more traditional CrossFit. That's cool, you know, but like it's good to see Fran 21:59 because we want to see people doing a minute 45. But it's also not a bad idea to see 21:59 bar muscle ups and thrusters at 135 because some of these guys are still probably going to go unbroken. And so I think there's a little more, it's a little more of a challenge to write workouts now because everyone's so much smarter, right? Everyone said Rich just like moved better than everyone back in the day. Well, Rich just made better decisions. Like Rich knew when to break. Rich like just innately had these this decision making ability that no one else had, right? And so that's why he would never start out the fastest, but he would just like track them down and pass them at the end because he just made better decisions. And so everyone makes good decisions now, and so there's more of a challenge to write workouts that are going to take people to their limit, allow a good race, be entertaining to watch, but also like you want to challenge people, sort of like the 2K row into the run. Uh, and like the 2K row into the run, it's not just a 2K row into a 2-mile run. There's two scores. And so doing things like this, like the 2K row, this is where it makes the challenge and makes it more fun, right? Um, uh, like if it's just a 2K row and a 2K run for time, no one pushes the row hard. Everyone gets off the rower within 10 seconds, and then it's just who is the best runner. But because the row counts, you have to row hard, you have to put yourself uncomfortable, and you have to get into a 2-mile run being way more fatigued than you anticipate. And so things like this, like so for event one, right? Avera just mentioned event one at the games. Event one, basically the 3K row should be a separate score, 100%. If not, the 3K row is completely irrelevant and it should basically be a 6-mile run. Okay. Because the girl that Dave had test, right? When he went through, so he said someone tested event 1 and got 51 minutes, which is fucking flying, by the way. Flying. Okay, that means she ran 6 miles in under 40 minutes, which is fast, guys. That's under a 7-minute mile. It's like a 6:30 mile the whole time. That means Adler is going to do it faster. But she rode like a 12:35, which is like a 2:07 pace. That's really, really, really slow. 2:05 pace, 2:06, whatever. That's really slow for a female, a female 3K at the highest level. That's not very fast at all. So she basically recovered fully on the row. And I don't think that's the intent. When you heard Dave talking about it, he was like, are people going to hold 140 on the row? And Dallin and Jason laughed at him. They're like, no one's going to hold that. Everyone's going to go 150 to 155. And so Avera, after a 4-mile run, it is irrelevant when you know you're going to go run a 2-mile run, because you know you're trying to recover there, right? So no one is going to try to make up 30 seconds on the row, right? Which is a 5-second. The problem with the rower is 5-second, 500-meter split is so much effort that like there's like running hard and running slow. There's a big gain and loss there, but rowing hard and rowing slow, the gain and loss, the time gained versus the energy lost isn't comparable, right? And it's too much energy loss and not enough time gained, right? And so I think things like that are where the games needs to go to basically prevent people from just outsmarting the test, which is what a lot of athletes are going to do. Okay. Lito, then make the score 50-50. Yeah, for sure. I don't think it should be 100 and 100, right? I also, I think it should be 50-50 or even like 75-75, right? Something like that. It's not. Lito, it's not at the highest level. Like those girls can row like 19-minute 5Ks, right? And so that's the thing is like, but 2:06 is a relaxed pace, but 2:01 would be a hard pace, and that's only 30 seconds, but you can make up that 30 seconds in under a mile on the run if you're a good runner, right? And so this is what I'm trying to say is like the row specifically for machines and distance, right? Bike erg, ski, row. The exponential increase in power output needed to continue to move the time thing down is not worth the energy that you put into it, right? And it's so that's the challenge, right? When you put a machine in the middle of something else like that, it just doesn't reward effort. So anyways, Judy, yeah, I'm in California. We're like 10 minutes from the venue. I'm here with Gucci and Kevin. CrossFat, I can't believe you missed the whole show. Unacceptable. You look like every time you walk out and I see you look like you just woke back up.
Yeah, I was sleeping.
You just fell back asleep for 5 minutes. So thanks, Linda. What is that? Perfect quaff. I work hard at it. I don't have good hair. I got to work hard to keep it nice. I could use like hair thickening stuff, just like it is what it is. So finishing up on the Dave thing, I think that programming the games is going to continue to get harder, and you're going to have to continue to find ways to mentally challenge the athletes. That's not just here's a workout, go beat the other person. But anyways, Linda, when we get info on camp, soon. We're almost done. We're almost done programming. We got to get back here. We wanted to make sure we got everyone signed up so we could look through all of the responses to make sure that the schedule is as close to fitting everyone's needs as possible. But it'll be 9 to pretty much 9 to 5, 9 to 4 each day, with 2 breakouts each day, 3 breakouts each day, a workout. like a whole class workout. And each of those breakouts will be small group breakouts. We'll have 2 large group weightlifting breakouts. And the only thing that we're finished finalizing is what the small group gymnastics breakouts are going to be, because we have to basically decide like, because you basically have to pick, right? So you have to like choose like chest to bar or bar muscle ups, et cetera, et cetera. What just happened here? Yes, at Corey. Invites for MSC. Probably go. Good job. Congrats. Rich had phenomenal injury. That was random. Injury luck and resiliency. I mean, I don't know. It seems like he didn't. Yeah, Renata. What time are you streaming the events, Barry? Yeah, we'll probably. I'm not going to stream anything. Absolutely not. We'll probably stream Gucci's events, and if Kevin wants a live stream, then we'll probably get someone to hold the phone while Kevin goes. So, working 9 to 5. What a way to make a living. I don't even know what's happening here. Anyways, so no live stream. So they usually release like a couple. I do like not having any information. I think I like this test, the 432. I like the test overall. I think the row should be a different score so that people can't game it. And like I was saying, right? So when you know that you're going to be running for 40 minutes and only rowing for 11 to 12 of the minutes, right? There's no point for you to try to gain 30 seconds on someone else because you rode hard. And that's all that you gain. You only gain 30 seconds, but you are for sure going to lose it in the back half of that run. But if you make it a separate score, now there's a lot of strategy that goes in there, and people are going to do some dumb things, and we're going to see people blow up, and we're going to see people really take themselves to physical limits, not just running 6 miles with like a break in between. Yeah. All right. All right. It's an hour. We got to start getting ready to roll out. So thanks guys for coming. I'll for sure come back on at some point today or tonight. And I'll try and get Gucci and Kevin on to talk about the first day at some point. All right. Thanks for being here, guys. Thanks for the donations. Like I said, I truly appreciate it. And it means a lot that you guys are hanging out. So we'll see you guys in a little bit. Hang on the leaderboard. So if you're going to watch Norcal, or if you're going to follow Norcal, you have 2 options. You can just follow the leaderboard, right? And you can see where it is, or you can not look at the leaderboard at all. Stay off Instagram and wait for Savon to post the stuff so you can actually follow the race, have some suspense, etc. I definitely think the latter is a better play. That's what I would do if I wasn't here this weekend. So enjoy the weekend. We'll see you guys